Hello everybody! Welcome back, welcome back. Thank you very much for your patience, everyone. Thank you. Let's see, hi Simon, hi Harukito, hi Kikyo, hi Kadia, welcome. Hi Coolside. Welcome. We're back with Slay the Princess, but there's a few things to get in order first. Oh, hi, okay, son. Hope you have a good stream today. Me too. Let's see. Set up here. But I hope everybody has been having a good week so far and everything. Am I sitting? Yes, everything's much better. It's been I had quite a little bit going on, but it's better now. I'm still gonna be busy, but didn't mean for last week to get quite turn into what it did. But the first thing is, I think last time I was talking a bit about how I was imagining the voices as like Mr. Men, but I think people might not necessarily know who Mr. Men are. These are Mr. Men. I had a whole bunch of like little picture books. I think it might just be like a UK thing. This is how I was imagining all the voices. Kind of like these little guys. But with this ominous music, of course. You can see there's the stubborn, or I need my mouse actually. There's a stubborn who is locked in. Hi Align God, welcome. There's stubborn. This is definitely the narrator to me. I know that we know what the narrator looks like, but Mr. Rude, the little top hat, I think that's definitely the image I'm getting. And this one's me. I had a whole bunch of these when I was little. They're probably still around some time. And I think we still have one, an ice pack shaped like Mr. Bump, so I was called like Ice Packs Mr. Bump. Instead of ice packs. I don't remember there being this many Mr. Men. I didn't either. To be honest, somebody's gotta be Mr. Grumpy. I like Mr. Muddle. And Mr. Messy. So yeah, I just kept imagining... Yeah, definitely Mr. Rude. I just imagine all of our voices as like little faces floating around us. Now, if you give me just one more sec before we get set up. Oh, come. Sorry, Line God. I sent you a comment about something I was trying to do for this stream, but I can't. I've not done this. I can't get it figured out, but I will. Doing it live is not working, but I will get that figured out. Okay. Anyway, that is... Let's get back to the game, actually. Okay. Now, I will also back to the game. So where we... Yeah, right here. So we should have two more Princess Eye after this. I have thoughts. Actually, before we do that, I just wanted to If I'll do feral captive. So we have 2 more here. I don't have plans for both of them, but I have an idea at least for one of them. And then there's like another part 3 I want to try and find. We'll see where this gets us. Let's continue with these. It can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Was not. Wasn't a fan of this one. I have no opinion one way or another on the matter.
How strange of you to ask me then.
See. You know, at the end of all this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
Yeah, I think we have asked the other ones for, but what do you want? I guess I just need to... How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Ready to go back?
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. A piercing heart in a cage. Bring the razor full, or in a cage of iron.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path...
Here we go.
You make your way up.
Seed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's only been a week, but I miss these voices. We're gonna leave it for this one. Well, let me actually... Yeah, that's page 2. Save here. And we're gonna leave it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Hello.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
I couldn't decide which Mr. Min the hero would be. Guess Mr. Brave.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I mean, we saw the last one. I think all we need is our arms. Okay, this time we're gonna do the lie. I'm here to save you.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay.
Hi.
So,
I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
okay, so this is... Specifically, lying is leading towards something. I still examine them, I assume.
You're only making this more difficult.
Maybe not.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because we had to... There was the other one where the knife just, like, fell on the floor near us.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Yeah, and if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement,
Okay,
but the door
yeah,
at the top of the
this
stairs
is-
slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try the door?
You try the door.
Let me
You're
out.
and you're here to...
Return to the bottom of the stairs. Hi, Smoky Meadows.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for her, easier
Okay.
for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh.
hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth
Yeah, we don't have to
tearing
do
as
this.
She rips her flesh from her bone. It's the blade
Okay.
from upstairs. You're not sure we could use it. You won't like...
Play the princess.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Okay, we're getting somewhere,
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Play the princess.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Give up, finish the job. Oh, okay. Well, here's a choice. Do another save here. Yeah, so one of them, I should have watched the video again. Last time you were here, you finished the job. That's what I thought. I was just double checking. So we know sort of where running gets us, so maybe give up?
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job.
That's me.
The princess,
Oh, that's a
wounded
good one.
but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room. Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out.
Not gonna finish the job either.
We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
That's me.
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark and you die.
Okay, what we got? Oh, the beast. The beast.
You're on a path in the
Okay, and
woods,
who's with us? Who's with us
and
this
at the end
time?
of that path is a cabin. You're here to
Feeling a sense of deja vu.
a terrible sense of deja vu. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
Hello, hunted.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess. We could go back and forth on the... Those are two... Let's feel back. We did our best, and yet you... And I believe... What do you mean? Of course... Yes, if it's the latter, do you think that... All the more reason to keep our wits about us, should we even return to the cabin? We could find a safe little hole somewhere instead. You have to go to the cabin. Just be quick about it. Like I said,
Oh,
if
from the hunted.
she just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you. People locked. Look. Oh, of course. Special can mean all sorts of things. Don't let it make you careless. We need clear thoughts and pricked ears.
Okay.
I've told you, if you want us not to sound... You're afraid, aren't you? Just like us. Of course I'm afraid. Fear is but that's not the only thing you're afraid of. You're scared of something worse.
Yeah.
Stop projecting your neuroses onto me and just get to the cabin already.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind...
Okay, proceed to the cabin. And then the question is, where do we go from here?
Warning. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
We did kind of already have a cat one.
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
Okay.
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Maybe. Lead into the cabin. Hi, Nagitona. Currently, we're on the beast.
The
Oh,
interior
okay.
of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Whole cabin is different.
Very different. I wonder why. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life, so focus up.
I guess we're gonna, Do the mirror and then I'll decide.
That's because there's death. There isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it. Much like he hasn't seen what's already happened.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall. This really isn't You reach forward and rub, but it was there a second ago, and now it's gone.
Okay, so take the blade or not. We've been doing it a lot, but... Another save. But killing her again does tend to, or at least attempting to, does tend to get us somewhere, so... See where this gets us.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
The jungle.
She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
Oh.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs.
We getting another cat girl? Werewolf?
The last step gives way
Oh.
to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
Lion?
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Okay, what's your advice, Hunted?
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
Okay, we can hear that.
Remember, she's just a princess.
Nomad, and thank you, Butters. Thank you. We got this.
She's certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Okay, we've gone like beyond cat girl into furry, I think.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Move, I think. I think we're listening to you, although I want to ask questions.
You lunge aside, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's
Oh,
pounced from
wow.
the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
What wings, like griffin or sphinx?
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
I think this is turn-based combat. Run for the stairs. What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly
Yeah.
not.
But why? Why do you want to kill me? I ask, having lied and killed you already.
Why does anything kill anything else? She needs to.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse. What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else.
Okay, be somewhere
We're on
else.
The back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Play dead. Survive. Well, survive. Surviving sounds good. Okay, wait for her to strike back, hit her back, play dead, stand still. Play dead is kind of funny, but we're gonna gotta survive here.
Still in a new patch of jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
Don't think I can keep this up. Why do you want to eat me?
I don't question who I am or what I want. I simply do. To act is always better than to react. To do is always better than to watch.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you do well to listen to her. Less standing around asking questions, more doing exactly as I say.
Well, what's your suggestion? I'm not seeing a slay the princess option here. I don't know if I can keep this up.
You have to. We at least have to make an opening. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck.
Shivers?
Flee. We can't keep doing this.
Stay alive.
You're a little slow. Or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you, her titanic momentum skinning you along your side. It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
Oh cool, is her crown like a horn now?
You're bleeding now.
Oh, that's not good.
You instinctively touch your side, testing her claim. It's wet and stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips. A costly mistake. We can't make it again. We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern.
Oh, interesting.
We need more time. She's cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
And we can ask. We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? I don't think she wants this, but if you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have already left?
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions. She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache. We're exhausted. We're bleeding. We're still alive. We owe it to ourselves to move.
Let's see where this takes us. Again.
Once again, you narrowly avoid the full force of the impact, and once again you are too slow to come away unscathed. You're starting to get tired. You're making mistakes. This isn't working. We have to do something. We have to figure out a plan. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. We're trying, but we can't keep this up much longer. We have to. We keep up or we die.
You're getting slow.
She seizes the opportunity, lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flashing. She attacks over and over and over, and each time she leaves with a little piece of you. Too tired to think, but we have to think. We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to react, it's over. She makes her last foray from the dark corners of the room, unhinging her dripping maw, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. You do your best to dive out of the way, and you partially succeed.
What'd she get?
Partially? Yes, the princess fails to swallow you whole. She only swallows your lower body.
Oh no, our stuff!
That's just as bad. That's worse, even. It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end. You look down to see that the dirt between you is strewn with your intestines, trailing all the way up and disappearing behind her blood-stained teeth. Your legs are nowhere to be seen. You start to go into shock. The princess, bloody saliva dripping from her lips, idly gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
What does that mean?
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
The den. Okay, that's new.
You're on a path in the That didn't work. We're going in with a plan this time. We're not getting stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is.
Hi, Skeptic.
Instinct was keeping us alive.
Time for arguments.
Until it wasn't. So what are we supposed to do?
Just ignoring the narrator.
Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done. So you know more than you're letting on. Yeah, what he said. Of course I do, but believe me, it's in your best interests. The more you know about the princess, the more difficult your task will be. And why is that? Having me explain why would defeat the whole purpose. There are simply some things I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a hard rule. And whose rule is it? Who's telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge. It's my rule, and this conversation is over.
I love it when they fight. Okay, what's the plan?
She spent as much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna draw her out. But she's fast, and she's clever. We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves.
I mean, I guess the question is, because this is a part 3, there might not be stairs.
It'll be a lot easier to deal with her once we can actually see what she is. But you already know what she is. She's a princess. Yeah, right. A princess we couldn't see, and one that had big, sharp teeth, too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job? Sharp teeth.
Path was different than it was before.
You're right. This is different, isn't it? I'm starting to lose track of things myself. Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt.
We could trip on these roots.
If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much.
I was gonna say I tried, but we did give up in the first one.
Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you and for the rest of existence. But especially for you. Clearly we're not getting anything out of him.
I want answers. What is going on here? What do you know that you're not telling me?
Like I said, I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage.
We're pretty disadvantaged, honestly.
If anything, I've told you too much. You've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much in the way of motivation.
Don't need to leave. I'm done with this. Bye. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. See this through.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do. Alright, we've been over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows, make her show herself. And what if she doesn't want to be seen? We'll figure out a way to make it happen.
Hey, interesting.
And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight, it will. It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be.
We've seen her get pretty big.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Of course that damn mirror's back, and of course he's not saying anything about it. Why is it following us? What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement.
Hey, a tunnel. Tunnel can work.
He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us. Then either way, we need to investigate. Might as well get started.
Think we're gonna take the blade again.
Yes, take the steel claw.
Blah.
You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Odds are we'll need it. Thanks for not putting us in a bad spot.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror. That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else.
I don't think it's picking up or anything, but my Frey dog is behind me snoring, which is kind of adding to this whole environment.
It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It went away after we reached out to it last time. Might as well try wiping it clean again. What's the harm?
Like the mirror clean.
You reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend.
It's a den.
It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs, no entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
We have unfinished business. We should talk. We don't have to fight. Why we don't have to fight? I'm ready to let you out of here. Say nothing. We're gonna listen. Our voices this time. Say nothing and silently proceed down the stairs in quotations.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. and though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
Yeah, I didn't think this stairs idea was gonna work out well.
Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe.
Yeah, let's listen. Step into the shadows and try to lure her out.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement.
Maybe she can't talk.
That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape.
No, I want to see her.
That's stage one. Now stay focused. You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, then snapping, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent. But the sounds are coming slower now, the breaths pained and stuttering. You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. You risk a glance.
I didn't quite see. I got an achievement called Flight. I didn't realize I was totally running from her.
She is a broad and sickly creature.
Oh.
Her withered and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck, incapable of either moving towards you or returning to the open darkness of the basement below.
We kind of have the same hands now. Can we have a chat here?
So that's what she's become. She wasn't like this when we started. Was she? No, she wasn't. Looking at her makes me feel sad. Yeah, now that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all. She paws futilely at the air between you, but her shoulders are pinned in the narrow confines of the opening. She has no hope of reaching you. When she realizes this, her arm goes limp, flopping to the dirt floor of the tunnel, and her eyes fall from yours, defeated.
We talk?
Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. Come back, you can imagine them saying. Don't leave me here. But you shouldn't listen to the sad eyes of a vanquished enemy. She wants nothing more than to change places with you. If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that wide, pleasing eyes begging for mercy business to begin with? All it does is make us feel conflicted. I'm merely describing things as they are. It's not my fault that her eyes had something to say, even if that something was a ploy, which, if I might stress, I pointed out to you. What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this? She hurts. We should help.
Oh?
Now let's think for a second. Let's reevaluate. Should we help her?
Are we going back to democracy again?
Well, I do feel bad looking at her. There's no way to get close without being in reach of those claws. We've come this far, but can we trust a creature that until a few short moments ago fully intended to eat us? What an excellent question with an equally excellent answer. No, you should not help her. She's clearly just waiting for you to drop your guard. And beyond that, you do well to remember that she poses a threat to reality itself. You already have a weapon, and she's as vulnerable as she's ever going to be. How about you use it?
Drop the blade and approach her. Approach her, blade held behind your back. Turn around and leave. You're done here. I don't know, I don't... They're right, I feel sorry for this face. Almost like my Frey dog with those big eyes looking right at me. Maybe we can still be friends. Yeah, drop the blade and approach her.
The princess's eyes go wide as the blade tumbles from your hand. You're going to get yourself killed. What are you doing? We could all just turn around and be done. What's your game? You and I both know there's no game. He's made a bad choice. As you draw near, she readies her claws, raising them to strike.
Should she really not talk here?
Don't flinch. Show her our resolve.
No, we have a flinch option. Offer her your hand.
You reach forward, offering the princess your hand. How ridiculous. She was about to kill you. Do you really think getting stuck in a tunnel for less than a minute has fundamentally changed her? Yes, she's a victim of her own nature, just like we are. If all she wanted was to kill us, she'd have kept trying. But she's hesitating, isn't she? Yes, she is. Her eyes shift from faux ferocity to confusion to a gentle sadness. She lowers her claw and places it in your hand. Ugh.
Ugh.
Do you think we can pull her out of there?
How big is she?
We have to try. It's a bad death being stuck in place. And what if it doesn't work? What if we can't trust her?
I like this music. I mean, we've come this far.
We have to trust someone else eventually. It's either him or her. And I know you don't trust him. I don't even trust the rest of you. But that doesn't mean we have to go around pulling bloodthirsty monsters out of perfectly good traps. But we haven't seen what happens if we help her. Doesn't that mean it's worth exploring? I can't argue with that. Alright, let's see what happens. Maybe we'll finally get some answers.
Pull her free.
You tug, but the princess remains stuck. What a shame that the bones of her massive form are too large to fit through the narrow tunnel.
We could, like, dig her out a little bit with the knife.
Keep pulling. All he has are empty words. He can't undermine us if we don't listen.
Yeah. Wait. Well, what's the thing? These words can't stop me. I can't read.
You are all infuriating to work with. But fine. You continue to pull on the princess's arm and she starts to budge. She pushes with her back legs, clawing at the earth, a burst of strength aiding your efforts. The dirt and stone start to crumble around her. That's the spirit. Keep going.
As long as we both don't get buried alive.
Yes, quickly, before the whole tunnel comes down on top of us.
Yeah, this sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Yes, wouldn't that be an interesting development? What if the very nature of this tunnel was such that you were incapable of leaving safely with the princess? How devious.
No.
Does it collapse? Yes, it does. As you pull the princess free, the tunnel around you does exactly what you thought it might do. It falls apart. Trapped. No, we have to get out. We have to get out. It's too late to scramble for freedom now, little voice. You didn't think just pulling her out of there would be consequence-free, did you? Well, the ceiling collapses, heavy stones tumbling down on top of you and the princess, and...
And?
I don't believe it. Let me guess. Everything goes dark, and we die. No,
Oh!
not yet. You open your eyes to see the princess, her body stretched over yours, her face wincing as she shields you from the heavy rocks and debris. There is space enough for you to move, at least for now. I'll be damned. So there's more to her after all. The pack is always stronger than the lone hunter. We save her, she saves us. She understands. Well, we can't keep saving each other forever. Her arms are already starting to give out, and there's a whole mountain of earth on top of her, just waiting to bury you both.
Narrator, if you pitch in, we can all survive.
We can always dig. Both of us. It beats suffocating to death down here in the dark. Then let's do it.
Dig through the earth. Together.
You and the princess dig through the loose earth of the collapsed tunnel together. How sweet. But it seems the harder you try to claw your way forward, the denser the path becomes. All of this effort, and for what? A chance to end the world? I hope you fail. His words are nothing. Pay attention to what you feel and see. It doesn't matter if you ignore me, because I'm just telling you what's happening. And what's happening is that you and the princess are getting tired, and your mouths are full of dirt, and it's getting harder to breathe. Harder to breathe is still breathing. Well, either way, the two of you are miserable. I don't know. I feel like we're forming a bond with her. Can't be all that bad if we're bonding.
The narrator might actually be my favorite character out of all of them.
She's not capable of bonding. Need I remind you that as soon as she saw you, she tried to eat you? You are not friends, and as soon as you're out, you'll see just how seriously she values your life. If you were so sure we were going to fail, you wouldn't sound so desperate. You're just hot air. There's nothing of substance to you at all, is there? I have plenty of substance. I have feelings and desires. Like my desire to save everyone in the world. I feel that very strongly.
If you want to save everyone in the world, what about us?
Do you smell it? Fresh air.
Claw your way to freedom. Together.
With one final massive heave of her body, the princess pushes her way out of the tunnel, leaving you behind, the quickly collapsing space you once shared. Yours was an alliance of convenience, just as I predicted. She has left you to die, buried and alone.
No, she's gonna reach out a hand. Paw.
You
Claw.
are unbelievably petty. Oh, my pettiness is nothing compared to yours. You were delighting in my suffering and the damnation of the entire world just moments ago. She hasn't left. She's coming back. Don't you hear her? No, she isn't. She's... How many times do you have to be wrong before you stop talking? The princess stares down at you from the opening. Before the tunnel can finish sealing itself, she cranes her elongated neck and gently plucks you from the earth.
Oh.
She carries you across the half-collapsed ruin that was a cabin, carefully setting you down by the door. If there were to be a record, let it show that I tried. I really, really tried. But there won't be a record, will there?
Don't tell him I'm recording right now. Open the door and step into the wilds. Oh, I really like that
You
track.
open the door, the two of you stepping out into the fresh air and collapsing together onto the dewy grass of the outside world. Ha! We're outside and there's ground beneath our feet. I don't see any oblivion. Admit it. There never was an end of the world coming, was there?
He does not reply.
Yeah, we got him there, didn't we? I don't think I've ever seen him stunned into silence before. Can't you feel the hole where he was? He's gone. Fancy that? I'm not sure gone is good.
The princess rests her head close to you. Her eyes stare into yours amid the untextured threads of the world unraveled. Are we free, they ask? I'm cold. I don't want to be cold. See you in a few. You don't get the opportunity to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
The lion and the mouse, that was the achievement.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, approach the mirror. How many princesses has it been for the second playthrough? That was the fourth one.
This doesn't feel...
Okay.
Thing reeks of death.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Lead to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Yeah, tell me first, do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct, a dancer moving to the rhythm of the flesh. She will make for a ravenous heart.
Ravenous.
She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
Yeah, let's do these again as well. Yeah, she's very long. There's trees and stars. There are people, I think. At least they're supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything real out there? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
What's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
Send me back. Not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. Call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him.
There's no need for you to know what you are going to do before you do it. If you find him, remember that I'll be waiting for you on the other side.
Problem is, when we see him again, I don't exactly remember which questions I asked before. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
This is the last time. Is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Ready to go back?
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Maybe.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Can't say I'm 100% sure. Oh, everything goes dark and you die. A ravenous heart, bring the den to her. So, let me see
You're on
the...
a path.
An abrasive prisoner. Of the beast. Softness cornered turns to viciousness. And, oh, she's so cute! I love these. The den, a creature's lair. One's totally round. Let's see. So I don't actually have an idea for this one here, so we're gonna go through for like a different part 3 of a princess we didn't get a part 3 of before. We'll see where where this takes us. Let's go to the cabin. Get to the cabin, I'll make a save here.
The interior of the cabin.
And we will take the
You
blade
take the blade from
for the basement. Knee down the
You're
stairs.
still listening to reason.
Feel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward.
Play the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the like blacked out options like that. Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
The one you're missing is a lot of people's first princess, or at least one of the first run ones. Yeah, so what's the most obvious one to get? That's funny.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
Wow, thanks.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
I don't know, I'm playing a game I'm really enjoying, so... No, we're happy, I'm sure of it. Let's make a... No, wait. Let's see what happens. No, we're happy, I'm sure of it.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Okay, I understand why people are putting. I understand. I was confused when I saw the achievement that was like, get an ending, good ending, not does not count. And it's like, what does that mean? Yippee! Okay, maybe I'm not happy. I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked to.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
We dare. Anything to get out of this hell.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
I really like that. Like, for the first time since time stopped meaning anything, that's good.
The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Catch you on the flip side. Yay! One of my
You're
favorites.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to
I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Well, princess, are we going for now? I want a part 3 since I didn't get one before. So I don't know where that will take us.
That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
A new path, you may have to be mean to the princess. I'll steal my resolve.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Yes, we have. I want to
Those are
hear
two
again.
Very different questions. Let's say if you're back. Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too. Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Do you want a hint for an interesting path? No thanks. I just want to see where we get. I mean, I'll talk about it when we get to the cabin.
Yes,
I have two
but
thoughts.
in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed, it doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Thank you. But thank you for asking.
Just stay focused, will you?
See you to the cabin.
A warning, she won't be a problem.
Lead into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
So what I did last time was I let her possess us, and then we freed her. So it was so I guess our options that aren't that are let her kill us or slay her again. And we did get the option, if I remember correctly, to slay her while she was possessing us. I don't know how we're gonna slay her otherwise, but that seems kind of different. A different sort of thing to go for, so we're gonna do that, I think. See where that takes us. Take the blade.
You take the blade from
To the basement.
the door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
And if we end up in like a part 3, a chapter 3 that we've been in before, I will restart. See if we can get something else. Looking for new stuff now.
Okay. She's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
Yay!
2 deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
You say body, do you mean the skeleton here? Wait and see how things play out.
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
Yeah, I think I guess we'll just ask stuff until we get... I don't remember exactly what gave the... Okay, team, I'm out of ideas. Or leave. Let's just talk. I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different?
You don't look dead, killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I do need to play that milk inside a bag of milk game at some point.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here. But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
Hey, this was the right dialogue. I was just exploring.
After all, you own me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
Something fun to note, the Spectre's attitude changes based on which dialogue options you pick here. It's like the Chapter 1 princess that way. We didn't really interact with this route.
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly.
Yeah, did we bring the... I think we did bring the blade last time.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Sure thing already. This will just be temporary, right? You'll leave once we're at the cabin?
If I'm able to. But for all we know, that's not how it works. Maybe I'll wind up stuck with you for a long time.
Don't much like the sound of that. It's crowded enough in here as is.
It can get more crowded.
It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body. That is a very dangerous train of thought.
If I let you in, do I still get to be in control?
Sure, why not?
Thanks.
That doesn't sound very reassuring. I can't believe you're even entertaining her right now. I mean, just look at her. Do you think she has good intentions for her murderer's body? Of course she doesn't.
Sounds great. Do it.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
But we don't die.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
Okay.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Oh, huh.
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass,
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't remember that line about shards of broken glass. Oh yeah, shards of broken glass makes a lot more sense with the narrator confrontation. Yeah.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
I'm sorry about this.
Infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
Okay, let's see where this takes us.
Isn't that an interesting idea?
Slay the princess.
I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to do that?
For the content, absolutely.
Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made. All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
After all that, you're really just going to stab me again?
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it. You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart. The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
I don't want to die in you. I thought you finally understood me, but instead you just wanted to hurt me again.
Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
If only I could drag you with me and make you understand. But that's not the way things get to go for me, is it?
It would certainly be interesting. Though being dead does sound dull. And you are about to be dead. Again.
As things go dark.
Get away from me, you cold little freak.
Oh? Oh, the Exorcist. Take on a spirit and destroy it the only way you can. You feel a dull tear, like strips of meat being delicately peeled from bone. It doesn't matter how delicate the hands if you are the meat. You've been stripped away from yourself, or stripped away from something that used to be you, or stripped away from something that used to be important. At the very least, you've been stripped away from something. It always hurts to forget at first, but then you forget the pain.
We were so close to leaving, and now look at you. Look at me. Is this what you wanted?
Oh, our cursor. words come from both inside and outside of your head. Before you on the ground is a writhing mass of flesh and scale and feathers. What? Is that me? Is that what I look like?
Oh, you're here too. Maybe trying to slay me was for the best, if it means you could leave those other voices behind. The two mean ones, at least. I feel kind of bad for the nice one. But we probably shouldn't think about them too much right now. They're a mess, and I don't think we can fix them. No point in worrying over messes that can't be fixed.
So just us, went out with her? Oh. Gurgling liquid bubbles up from open pockets in the disintegrating mass in front of you. It is trying to speak, but it no longer has the tissue that speech requires.
Wait, if we need to leave together to get out, this could still count. We have to try before your body stops being alive.
But what about the body? What about me?
There's nothing we can do for it now, but we can still try to save us. We just have to leave.
You're seated in a room that is empty. A chain digs into your wrist, binding one arm to the wall. It is quiet and you are alone. This is what you deserve. 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 This is what you.
Are you still there? Am I alone again?
I'm still here.
Then at least I won't be lonely. It's nice to hear your voice. I mean, think your voice?
Wow. You're not mad at me, are you? You have every reason to be, honestly.
I don't know why you did what you did, but it's hard to be mad when you're just as stuck as I am.
Quite fair. You're different. Your whole mood is different.
I'm just trying to make the best of things. You could always make the best of things too, if you want. We both have a chance to start over. Besides, there's something about you being in here with me that feels right. I never wanted to be your enemy.
Music is really nice again. Tried killing you though. Tried killing you again.
I don't know what to say. I just feel fine right now. I think things happen for a reason. And if you trying to kill both of us is what it takes for you to finally see what I see, then I'm okay with that.
That's so reasonable. Sorry I stabbed us.
That's okay. I'm sure you had your reasons. I don't think it's good to hold on to the past like that anyways. It's better if we choose to move forward together.
How are we supposed to get out of here?
I wish I knew, but I think we're probably stuck here until something happens.
If we're both here, then what happens to the others?
I don't know. I hope they're okay. Some of them, at least. I didn't like the one that kept bossing you around. And that quiet one kinda gave me the creeps. I liked that last one, though. He was nice. I hope he's
I
okay.
assume that's the hero. Are we still a ghost? You turn to gaze at your hands. Solid, then translucent, then solid again.
Maybe? It's like sometimes we are and sometimes we aren't. Like we're something in between ghost and not ghost.
Not ghost. What are we supposed to do? Just wait for something to happen?
Well, that's what I've always done.
There has to be something for us to do other than wait. Play tic-tac-toe.
I already told you I don't have any ideas. I did tell you that, right? Sorry if I didn't.
I think about it, both times I've been here, nothing happened till after I saw a title card. We haven't seen a title card yet.
You've gotten title cards? What did they say?
I should explore. You're gonna laugh. This is silly. You're gonna laugh at me.
No, I won't. I promise. I want to know what it's like to be you.
The first one I got said Chapter 1, the hero and the hero and the princess. And then after we both died, I got Chapter 2, the specter.
Well, the first one is sweet.
So fun. You got the nicer version of the princess here. The other one is more abrasive. Oh, do you get the... Oh, I wonder. There's other ways to get this. You promised you wouldn't laugh at me.
Look, it would have been very sweet if things didn't turn out so violent. But that doesn't mean that things can't get better from here. I think we need a new title card, though. How about Chapter 3, The Princess and the Dragon.
The dragon? I mean, I'm interested in the order, but... Princess and the Dragon? I thought it was maybe some sort of bird.
Well, they're similar, right?
The click of a latch and creaking hinges, muffled. Something is here.
I guess you made it back here.
What does that mean? Your gaze turns back to your hands. They flicker once again.
We're still all wrong. It's like you don't really know what we're supposed to be.
Thump on the floorboards above, and then another. Scraping of metal against a surface. The flickering in your body stops. You are solid.
I know that sound. That's the knife. I guess it's hard to do anything without it.
Creaking hinges once again, but this time clear. Closer. Yeah, what do I look like? Can we even talk out loud? Hey, listen to me. I'm stuck in the princess's head. You've got to get me out of here. You say nothing.
Are you trying to say something out loud? I don't think you can do that while you're in here with me. I think we're stuck together, so we have to be on the same team. I hoped you were on my side by now.
I am. I guess. Movement on the stairs.
Thump. Thump. Thump.
Wow. I didn't know we look like a Mothman. And the figure emerges, shrouded in feathered darkness, the world trailing behind it, its shining blade gleaming against the wooden walls. Stares at you with wild, hollow eyes. I didn't realize we were that big. Oh. My stray dog just bumped my leg. What am I?
You're you? You've always looked like this. You're scary sometimes, but looks only matter so much.
What do you want to do?
I guess we'll just have to talk to them.
Okay, good.
So, here we are again. I'm back in chains and you have your knife. So, what are we going to do?
Who's in there? Who's controlling this? The head on the figure cocks to the side. Is it inquisitive, suspicious, hostile? Its emotions are unreadable. Who am I talking to right now?
I guess we could just stare at each other?
There, like another one? The silence holds. Random question. Which voice that you've met would be the worst in that body right now? That's what I'm wondering. Well, I guess I'd be worried if the narrator was in control. I don't know. I'd need to think about that. Would be really easy if it was smitten. I wish it was smitten. Stubborn. No, but I need to think about it. Wouldn't love cheated. I like this. Am I arguing myself in there? Has that always happened in real time?
Is that why you're always quietly staring? I can't hear what's going on in there anymore now that I'm back in my own body. Do you want to share your thoughts? It'd only be polite, really.
Oh, you would like to hear what we're thinking, wouldn't you?
Oh. Raises the blade above his head, dangling it by the handle in front of your eyes.
But I think we hold the power right now.
Silence as the figure continues to stare with a wild grin, but does not act.
How dull. We've already had our discussions in private. I'd rather not keep listening to the rest of you run in circles, repeating the same arguments again and again and again. It was so much more interesting when we had someone to mediate.
Is Hero?
I'm sorry, did you just share privileged information with the enemy? Well, it isn't privileged anymore, now is it? Do we really need all this secrecy?
Love the expressiveness, but I'm terrified in here.
No, we don't. Yes we do. Sidebar, everyone, now. Chop chop.
Silence, as if the mine in front, the mine in front you fall. As the mine in front, I assume that's in front of you, falls back into itself. There is no response.
Excuse me.
Nothing.
You're not listening to me.
Right? How rude.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm not gonna let them push us around like this. Hello?
Silence.
I'm trying to say something.
Silence again.
Hey, I said I'm talking now. Will you listen to me?
So you are, and very loudly. Do you have something to say?
Oops. I mean, yeah. I already know about all that privileged information because he's in here with me.
Oh, how very interesting. Yeah, that changes things, doesn't it?
It's nice to have visual representation of some of the voices, those expressions. Yeah, I'm loving this.
Doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Oh, it changes things, all right. We get to take out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh.
Wait, what?
What?
From what I remember, it's pretty easy to kill you the first time around. And this time you're back to being very... what's the word? Fleshy. Yes, exactly. That's precisely the word I was looking for. You're fleshy now. No more of that incorporeality. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it would be easy.
And are you doing this?
Face.
Oh, I most definitely am.
Oh. You feel small as the monster in front of you attacks. Blade raised and wings spreading.
Before anything happens, I just wanted to let you all know that we are not all on board with this.
Moxie failed. Once again.
Now, we voted.
Oh.
It was not a majority decision. But we did have a plurality. He shouldn't count. Says who? Says me. He's not one of us. He's been here since the beginning. The old chum really deserves to say. Besides, you'll all thank us when this is finally over and we are officially on top. But enough chatter.
Oh, so you finally decided to do something, have you?
Silence for just a moment as cold eyes regard you. And then silence still as soft eyes hesitate. Ugh. You feel the sharp sting of cold metal sliding deep into your chest. You can feel something else, too. Fear as your legs wobble, and then as...
Princess collapses against the wall.
What? Where?
See? That was easy.
Still has this scar. Excuse me.
It was too easy. It felt bad. Don't feel bad. Life is all about taking the easy wins. You don't think the people at the top got there because they worked for it, do you?
We kick you out.
I mean, of course they did. Hard work is important.
Eh, hard work often goes unappreciated. Why bother?
Yeah, screw hard work. I guarantee you that anyone who's anyone has done nothing but take shortcuts. Am I supposed to find that impressive? Of course you are. I got us here, didn't I? Yes, everyone's very impressed with your accomplishments. But in case you haven't noticed, she isn't dead yet. So how about you finish this before you start celebrating yourself?
No.
What are you waiting for? You won, didn't you? Not that it's hard executing a helpless captive.
Good to be back. Good to be back, boys. Oh, hey, I'm back in my body.
Oh, you're different.
Oh, and you haven't even met us.
You're back, just as I intended. I was never cut out for leadership, really.
I want to cut you out of here.
You're right. It's quiet again. Are you still going to kill me?
Ooh, should we? It would be so easy. Absolutely. Nothing of substance has changed. She remains a threat to the entire world.
Sorry about that. I'm obviously not going to kill you.
Then the only thing left to do is cut me out of here. You should give the knife to me, though. What if you using it kicks you out of your body again?
Okay, listen. I know you're in charge again, but this is obviously a trick. We can't trust her. We literally just stabbed her. Someone's gonna have to take a leap of faith eventually.
Give her the blade.
You
Oh.
hand the blade to the princess, who gingerly cuts herself free from her bindings. You maniac. And then what happens? Then, as her chains clatter to the floor, she turns her back on you and hurls the blade through the basement window, never to be seen again. No. You need the blade to deal with her.
We're a bit past that, I have to say.
I'm so glad that's behind us. Come on, let's get out of here.
She reaches forward and takes your hand in hers before excitedly pulling you towards the basement stairs. Yeah? And what does it feel like? Is it nice? Why do you want to know? You can tell a lot of things about someone from their handshake. I want to know more about the person we decided unanimously to throw our lot in with. Ugh, whatever. It's delicate and tender. Ah, so even through everything, she hasn't forgotten what it's like to have a heart. That'll do. The two of you rush up the basement stairs together. Ugh.
Welcome back, by the way.
Good to be back, boys.
Yes, we all missed you so very much. I missed you the most. You weren't even here until he was gone. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you step through that door, you're damning every single person alive. You do realise that, yes?
Who cares?
One last door, and then we're free. I'm down a hand, so you'll have to be the one to open it.
Step into your freedom.
Twist the doorknob in your hand and step forward into the world you've damned. You and the princess fall to the ground, exhausted. I hope this all comes back to bite you, do you hear? I hope you're forced to feel the weight of all the regret there's ever been.
But he doesn't finish his thought before disappearing entirely, and you find yourself free of any regrets he wished upon you.
I didn't think I'd ever get to be happy, but I think I am. I just didn't realize that being happy would feel so cold.
Click! We all disappear. The opportunist rolls with the punches. Your peace does not last, nor can it ever. Time to leave, memory returns. Can you get into that with having any other voice besides the opportunist? I really like that one. I mean, I like both of them. I was surprised. I didn't think I really said it afterwards, the den, but I wasn't actually expecting it to have a good ending. When I reached for her, I did think it was being a trick, but I liked it. Not that I'm aware of, the big split is a certain action in the Spectre that adjusts her attitude. What is... I guess I won't ask that. Outside the princess being more aggressive. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if she was aggressive, because I did stab us.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Well, once was
Should
two,
we
then
try and
was...
find her?
Once one was one... Ugh. But once was one, then was two.
And is that
Okay.
a mirror? Why is it here? What?
Onwards we go. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. We go. Got our cursor. You are nothing at all. Hey friend. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Or are you me?
I think you know what I am.
The crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Let's make a save here. Could just get an achievement here. I don't even remember exactly what questions they asked. What is this place? Where are we?
A construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
The people out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
I still... How were you able to do this? Because weren't you supposed to be mortal as well? Like... You have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
Fair enough.
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really?
Yeah, like, one of them didn't, he was like, said something like, I'm gonna step out for a drink. How could one of you have a bar?
Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
I don't have an answer here. Again, still. I have so many questions for you.
Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
Sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
I was made to do this single task? Who made me? What am I?
You're the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I think you're out of time.
So I am. And so it was always going to be. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator is right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it's time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Oh, an empathetic heart. Share in a princess's beating heart before bringing it. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Here we are again.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Make a save here again. I think I talked about in an earlier episode already. I was sort of thinking about what the answer to this would be, and I think it's sort of part of... feels like an answer you would end up working towards in a video game. We have to say, like, death and change is just a fact of life, and it's important to keep that, but at the same time, we don't know what it's like without it. And I don't want to grieve. And death is scary. I don't want to grieve. I don't want people to have to feel grief. So I don't... And I guess that is an interesting thing to, like, place you, because it does sort of feel wrong. I feel like all of our good, like, sort of good endings came from not slaying the princess. Like, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I totally imagine, like, a JRPG where you're meant to... where you're meant to... yeah, stop the character that, like, wants to become a god and end death, for instance. This isn't a game that's interested in giving you obvious right answers, no ambiguity. That's good. I was thinking it wasn't going to judge me for that kind of thing. You ready, my Frey dog?
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Hold on. I'm just adjusting. She's sitting. I missed you too. Jen furls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. Know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Get these options already. Let's talk. I want to see, does she remember that we've done this loop before? There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Now let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that
Here we go.
know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Round and round we go.
What once was one, then was two, and then was one again. You gave me shelter when you burned mine down, and then you struck another match. I pulled you from the ruins, and then we built a life. What once was one, then was one again. The peace didn't last. The worm in your heart came for us.
The worm!
It took you from me, but you took me with you. And together we both left. What once was one, then was two, and also one again. You and I are bound together. To rid yourself of me would be to leave yourself forever incomplete.
I think we want to address this vessel statement directly. I'm just amazed we get all these options. I don't even... Yes, I miss being so close to you.
Then leave with me.
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. But we had a dance unfinished, and you had questions in need of answers, and in the cold starlight you found them. Fear reflected in the eyes of that which terrified you.
Yeah, here's her voice.
Even the cruelest of monsters are not unworthy of sympathy. Within me, nothing is beyond redemption. Together we dug through hell, and together we found our freedom.
Address this statement's vessel directly. Thank you for saving us.
The only thanks you need to give is both our freedoms. Leave with me.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
I got cool boss music. We're not ending until we hear more of it.
Boundless torrent of blades cut you for boundless endings. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive, dead, alive, dead, all at once.
You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
Oh, red text. Address this vessel statement directly. If you hadn't snatched that body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive.
Were we self-destructive, or did the beauty of our dance reach beyond the shadow of death? It was lethality that made us what we were.
What is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that feel it.
Address this vessel statement directly. But what am I if not a body?
You are
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving. Tell me the stranger.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Where's... Do we not get the stranger? Has to be something. Can still explore. What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
More explore. It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
Guess I feel like this. What? Is there another answer? Is there another answer?
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Hi, hero. Which Hero are you?
I'm all of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
I mean, well, I guess maybe this... Because if it's... just too many things all at once, that is a bit of what was going on with the stranger.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I don't know. I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
The achievement was Strange Beginnings. Beget strange endings.
Do you need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place. Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
Is it... How did you get here? Is it just the three of us? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through.
If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin to us, for old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore. It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to the basement, a table, that knife. Windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin descriptions, did he?
Did he not? I'm afraid, dog.
I always thought they were implied. He never mentioned the mirror either, but that didn't mean he implied it was there. It's gone though. I think it did whatever it needed to do. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power.
Good riddance. Good riddance.
Good riddance? Really? I'm gonna miss the guy.
Honestly, me too.
Yeah, right. He really put us through hell, didn't he?
I think I do remember what happened last time, and I think we're gonna... I guess I should save here, but... we're gonna leave the blade.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. If that's what you think is best, then that's what you think is best. I'm just along for the ride at this point. Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time.
I don't think they bit, they just got really, really soft.
We don't know what you want from us, but let's talk.
All of us. Maybe we can help you find your way.
All of you?
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together.
Continue down the stairs.
And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
So you didn't bring the knife. After all the lives we've lived together, and all the lives we haven't, you somehow found a way to move outside of the script.
Have I?
Are we missing a page?
Sit with them. Okay, we got plenty to discuss. I never got the chance to talk to you before you were taken away. Not you at least. Sorry for what I did to you.
That's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her. But we weren't very good at it. A conversation with us then probably wouldn't have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
So good to finally see you again.
It is, for all of us. We've seen so many threads of stories told between us, but this moment is unexpected. Even when we've seen it all, you still managed to surprise us.
Can you get this? Can you get this if you got Stranger in the playthrough at any point? Or... like, does this happen during the Stranger's argument? Or only if she's first? Only at this... wow. Always the first princess you meet, and the Stranger's the only one where you never meet the Chapter 1 princess at all. And I just went for it first because it was the one I was the most mad I missed out on. I don't think I want to be a god.
Hard agree. Seems overrated. Too much pressure.
Glad the opportunist isn't with us.
But that's what you've always been, even now. You can't put aside such an important part of who you are, and neither can we. So, you might as well embrace it.
Are you the same as you are out there?
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it? Yeah. We really are the same.
What'd you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
We don't know. We've seen through so many eyes, but all of them have been hers. We like you as you are. We like us as we are. Maybe we would have liked her version of us too, turning the wheel of a cosmic cycle together. But that's not the choice you made, even though she did everything in her power to convince you. It took courage for you to make your way down here, away from the paths others would have had you walk. We find that courage beautiful.
But that's the worst part of us. That's me she's talking about. I think that's the point. There is no worst part of us.
Why do you think you're the worst part? I don't know, I've met worse at this point. Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
It's so tempting to speak as she would, to simply state that we're all of them, but there were also something new. We don't know if you'll find that answer satisfying. Perhaps you'd rather hear that we're the first version of her that you've met, but that we've been shaped by the experiences of all of the others.
Really been feeling guilty about what his actions did to her. Contrarian thinks he's the worst because of how terrible things went in her room.
Yes. That feels right to us.
It's her. It wouldn't make sense if she was anyone else.
So, now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
We're just a stranger. But that doesn't mean we have to be distant from you. It just means that we'll always be able to find new things to discover in each other.
That's sweet. But it's also a little sad. I think it's only sad if we want it to be sad.
None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
Is it unfair if it's our fault?
Was it not? We found you at the end of all things, and you found us. Is that not fair? Would this moment be what it is without the pain that built to it? We know we must sound like her, but it's how we feel. Everything that happened to us seems so important now. We walked a long and winding path together, and we've cherished every second of it.
Too.
Besides, I don't think fairness has much to do with anything.
I'm afraid I'll... Don't ruin the moment. Here, do you want to get down? Just don't snort into the mic. At the big moment. What if we just leave?
He'd hate that. So you should do it. Even if he isn't here anymore, it's the spirit of the thing.
That was so loud. No.
Leave? But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible, or what that would mean for you?
She wanted her 2 cents. She's quite snuffly.
Is that what you want?
I do. Explore. Take their hand in yours. Doesn't matter what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want.
After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
Honestly, this is where I I did want to do a sort of leave ending. I didn't expect us to end up here, but...
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
What happens to you?
Yeah, I think we've done our job.
Are you two going to be okay alone?
We're not alone. We have each other. And I'm sure we'll find the others.
Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. Quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. This princess isn't so sure. But there's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel their hand tremble in yours. They're unsure of themselves for the first time in their long and short existence. They have no part to play anymore, and they know this, yet they still are. And then they cross the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with them.
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining.
We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door. Something new that we'll experience together. With someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves.
I love you.
And we love you too.
And what happens next? Whatever it is, you'll face it together. Your personal favorite ending. That feels like a hard one to get if you have to get a specific princess. The first way round. Bleh. I kind of felt after as I was just saying, after I started, I always sort of felt like I wanted the leave ending. But I did want to I'm just looking at these as well. Glitch? Back order for special playlist just for you. Oh, I get. Is this this would. Oh, I don't think I realized that the track order. This would be for your playthrough, wouldn't it? Take a look. I don't even know like where to go from there because I think the endings, all of them that we managed, were so good. I'm like, where do you go from here? I mean, I still really like the Thorn. But Princess and the Dragon was incredible. And so was the Fury. I mean, all of these. So yeah, what? So we're still missing free and abrasive prisoner. Sounds like some sort of free and abrasive prisoner. Leave with. I need to think about it. I need to look again at my options, so we should be able to figure that out. So we're missing, you need more space, a narrow cave is no place to fight, and is no place to stay forever. One might resist the divine, but it's very hard to kill a god. There's no shame in failing. Yeah, that does seem like this would come off from the tower, which I would like to see again now that I have more context. And was not just completely overwhelmed from starting the game. Kill your worst dreams or be killed by the ghost of your past, so that should also come off the specter, I assume. Maybe that's killing her without the possession. Become one with the princess in a very literal sense. May involve, but does not necessitate being eaten, okay, so getting by the beast, I guess. They're missing this, so it's hard to say. You've seen the worst sights of the prison of the world can offer. You can always choose to walk away empty-handed. There There are many reasons spirits may linger, the flames of passion, the flood of words left unspoken. So, okay, so yeah, see, these all come from the ones above them. There's still stuff we can do with the there's still findings from the damsel. I know I feel really satisfied with that whole run. We're gonna continue. I want to keep doing this until we see all the princesses. Highly recommend the ones that come from the damsel. Yeah, let's think about what I'll make a plan. We have to figure out who this is, but definitely want to do the tower. We'll get this from we should be able to get this from the tower, which I guess is try and kill her but fail. Don't really want to go back to the nightmare. We can leave that one. Get eaten by the beast somehow. And then we have two options for the damsel. Okay. Then gotta figure out whatever this is. A prisoner, apparently. And then maybe we can try for another ending as well. But yeah, so we'll continue this. Gotta catch them all. Let's not go back to the nightmare. This is... Can we get this from... We can get this from the Spectre instead. Let's go for that. Even... I like to think the heart, lungs, liver, nerves... It's still up there for like one of my just favorite moments. It's really up there. It's just... such an effective piece of design. If you really want to be mean to a Spectre a second time, I'd rather that than the night. What did we do with the nightmare? We just kind of like... What did we do with her? Oh, hi, Helen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just finishing up, but congrats, congrats. It's one of those ones that I'm like, now that I've done another, you refuse to free her. That's what we did. Clear away the dagger. One sec, my friend. Yeah, that's what, because we chose nothing and somehow ended up here. So we can try and kill her. I don't really want to go back though. We have options. I'll make, so we'll try and do another run, or start another run next week. Just a sec, just a sec. Not my stray dog. And bouncing all over the place, but I'll make a plan again. It should, and we're down for more save scumming now to get to the different places. But once again, thank you everybody for joining me. Oh, okay, son. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, I don't know why the alerts are still a bit funky. They came back and then they disappeared again. One sec, my free dog. Thank you, thank you. Just finish up. Thank you again. We'll do some more of this next week, and there's another kind of stream I want to do. And I'd like to do a thaumaturge stream as well. Free dog, you're very needy right now. Thought you didn't want to be up anymore. I'd like to do a thaumaturge stream, but we'll have to see how this week goes. That's the plan, and then I'd like to do like 1 or 2 next week as well. So a lot going on right now. But thank you so much everybody. Thank you for the wonderful commentary and chat. As I always say, I super appreciate it. And I hope you continue to have a great rest of your week and everything, and I will see you again soon, alright? Thank you. Bye-bye.